Tom Taylor enters the third act of the final chapter in the DCEASED storyline with a bang, going all out on the fact that last issue he infected a 5th dimensional imp with the Rage virus and let him loose on the universe. Taylor really captured the immense scale of things facing the heroes this issue, more than the previous ones, where maybe a city or town were getting wiped out and a few thousand people were killed. Now billions of people, trillions of people are dying in an instant, and it's satisfying to have that actually laid out in the story as well, and the stakes be so clear. Taylor also goes in on making Alfred even more of a badass again. First he did it in his Dark Knights of Steel series last month, and now he does it here by turning him into the new Spectre, paying off the character's long suffering and anger that we've seen building up since the very first issue of the original series. The book isn't without its drawbacks, however, and the Lobo plot is barely going anywhere, and with 2 issues left, feels like nothing has happened on that front, or the whole Cure storyline, which was sort of the outset of this whole story, with the heroes merely just standing around talking about how they're going to get the cure, and they've got to get the cure from Earth, and they're going to use it and everything, and it's all just standing around and not actually doing it. It is beginning to feel like there are too many plots for Taylor to balance out neatly, and I'm expecting some pretty disappointingly quick resolutions to many of these plots in the next 2 issues. Trevor Hairsine continues his outstanding gritty artwork, capturing the scale of Taylor's writing flawlessly, especially the Spectre Mixel-Spitlick battle, making the characters the size of entire solar systems, each throwing planets and suns at each other and causing black holes with their punches. It's just so epic, and Hairsine's artwork conveys that wonderfully. DCEASED War of the Undead God issue 6 upped the scale of the entire conflict for the final 3 issues, but in doing so caused a few of the plots to get thrown to the wayside and forgotten about. I'm going to give this issue a 7.5 out of 10. DCEASED War of the Undead Gods issue 6 catches up with Lobo, who has been tasked with saving the universe. The council that wished him to save the universe reminds the main man that he is indeed part of this universe as well, and if it's destroyed, he'll be as well. Lobo asks what the pay is, and the beings agree to give him whatever he wants, and they'll provide him with 100 years of hedonism and excess. Lobo thinks that'll probably get quite boring quite quickly, but the council reveal that their greatest minds will turn their intellects to creative scenarios for Lobo's personal gratification, and nothing will be too depraved for them. Lobo agrees, flicking his cigar at the man before speeding away to hunt some undead. Elsewhere in the universe, the infected Mixel-Spitlick destroys Bolivax, and Superman, thanks to his powers, experiences it all in slow motion, hearing and watching as 16 billion lives were lost in an instant, powerless to save them. In the aftermath, Superman meets with Kyle Rayner, who tells him that John, Kilowog, and Kilowog's entire race were all dead, and they just lost this war. In his anger, Superman sees Darkseid across the universe, locking eyes with the infected Yellow Lantern New God. Clark quickly puts his anger aside, assuring Kyle they haven't lost, because they are still there. The Spectre and Mixel-Spitlick grow to the size of solar systems, battling across the black expanse of space, their punches causing black holes and destroying entire systems. The Lanterns aid Spectre, trying to restrain the imp with constructs, but he merely grabs at them, crushing an entire legion of Lantern Corps members like they were gnats. On Earth 2, John tells the gathered heroes that they need to act now and head to Earth 1 and mass produce a cure on a universal scale somehow. Oliver sarcastically thinks that sounds easy, as Big Barda thinks a boom tube can be used to get them to Earth, but they'll need to take the cure and leave since she wishes to go and find her son Jacob. Alfred understands her wanting to go off and find her son as Mr. Miracle's mother box begins spewing blood and pinging. Brainiac knows the boxes are linked, meaning they are all infected, as outside a doom tube opens and the undead New Gods arrive. Superman tells his mother and Batman to evacuate everyone as the heroes battle the New Gods and the infected Thanagarian army. As Lois evacs the people, the infected Maxima appears, charging at her while Adam Strange infects Leslie Tompkins. Alfred and Batman try to help her, promising that they will get her back as she claws her face open, overcome by the virus. Mixel-Spitlick meanwhile tells Spectre that it's time for him to come to an end as Superman smashes the giant imp in the face, giving Spectre a chance to stab him with his sword. Spectre tells the Erebos infected imp that it will not win and the heart of the universe will keep beating. Mixel-Spitlick grabs Spectre's chest, telling the being that he will take his heart. The being rips Jim Corrigan out of the Spectre, casting him into space, but Superman saves him. As he dies, Jim tells Clark that the universe is a miracle and he cannot let it fall. On Earth 2, Batman tells Alfred that they need to leave and they can come back and save everyone. Oliver calls out to the heroes as the infected Highfather crashes into the ground. Batman runs to keep the being busy, hitting him in the face with a smoke grenade before punching him. Highfather returns the blow, punching Damian once and knocking him down for good. Alfred defends his now only living son, screaming in the face of the infected Highfather, a scream which Alfred had held in since Bruce's parents had been killed, and that he had to end the lives of the 3 men he loved back on Earth. A green power engulfs the area as Alfred Pennyworth becomes the new Spectre, telling Highfather that he is the spirit of vengeance and the rage of a man, punching a hole clean through the villain's skull.